Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines.
Authorities in Providence, Rhode Island are searching for a gunman who opened fire at Brown University's Barris and Holley engineering building during exams, killing 2 students and injuring 9 others. 7 of the wounded are in critical condition. Over 400 law enforcement officers, including the FBI and ATF, are conducting a manhunt. The suspect, a man in his 30s dressed in black and possibly masked, remains at large. Shell casings were recovered at the scene, and officials plan to release a video of the suspect.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has called for what he described as a dignified peace as US and Ukrainian officials meet in Berlin. Zelensky said any peace deal must include firm guarantees to ensure Russia does not attack Ukraine again. The talks involve US envoys and European allies as diplomatic efforts continue to end Europe's deadliest conflict since World War II. The Ukrainian leader is facing pressure from US President Donald Trump to sign a peace agreement that initially reflected Moscow's demands. Zelensky accused Russia of deliberately prolonging the war, citing continued deadly attacks on Ukrainian cities and strikes on power and water infrastructure. German authorities have arrested 5 men suspected of planning an attack on a Christmas market in southern Bavaria. Police and prosecutors said the suspects are believed to be Islamist militants and were detained as part of a joint security operation. The arrests come amid heightened concerns following a series of vehicle ramming attacks in Germany in recent years. In 2016, an Islamist attacker rammed a hijacked truck into a Christmas market in central Berlin. And last December, several people were killed in a similar attack in the city of Magdeburg. Iran's foreign minister is set to visit Russia and Belarus in the coming days. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghaei said Abbas Araqchi will travel to both countries within the next 2 to 3 days. The announcement comes after Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian met Russian President Vladimir Putin in Turkmenistan on Friday. At least 6 Bangladeshi peacekeepers have been killed in an attack on a United Nations base in Sudan. The Bangladesh Army said the attack took place at a UN facility in the Abyei area, leaving 8 other peacekeepers injured. In a statement, the army said the security situation remains unstable, with clashes involving terrorists still ongoing. It added that efforts are underway to provide medical treatment and carry out rescue operations for the wounded.
President Donald Trump has promised serious retaliation after an ISIL ambush in central Syria killed 2 US service members and a civilian interpreter during a joint patrol near Palmyra. Several others were wounded. CENTCOM said the attacker was later killed by partner forces, while Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth warned those targeting Americans would face severe consequences. Belarus has released 123 prisoners, including Nobel laureate Alice Bialyatsky and opposition figure Maria Kolesnikova, following the US decision to lift sanctions on Belarusian potash. The release, the largest under President Alexander Lukashenko this year, also included Ukrainian citizens accused of working for Kyiv. Freed prisoners will receive medical care, and some may travel to Poland or Lithuania. The US lifted the sanctions after talks between Special Envoy John Cole and Lukashenko in Minsk.
The Israeli military has reported that Raed Saeed, a key figure behind the 7th October 2023 attacks on Israel, has been targeted in a strike on a car in Gaza City. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Israel Katz said the strike was in response to a Hamas attack earlier in the day, which injured 2 Israeli soldiers. Gaza health authorities say the strike killed 5 people and wounded at least 25 others. There has been no immediate confirmation from Hamas or local medics that Saeed was among the dead. Iranian authorities have detained 18 crew members of a foreign tanker seized in the Gulf of Oman that they say was carrying 6 million litres of smuggled fuel. Iranian media reported that those detained under the ongoing investigation include the captain of the tanker and the crew were from India, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. The authorities said the tanker committed multiple violations, including ignoring stop orders, attempting to flee, and lacking navigation and cargo documentation. Lionel Messi's tour of India has kicked off chaotically as fans threw objects, ripped up seats, and invaded the pitch at Kolkata's Salt Lake Stadium after the Argentine soccer great made only a brief appearance at a ticketed event. Satadru Dutta, the event's chief organiser, has been detained by police. Messi was scheduled for a 45-minute visit to the stadium, but his appearance lasted just 20 minutes. Tickets for the event were priced from around $38.65, but one fan said he had paid $130. Fans in the Salt Lake Stadium threw ripped-up seats and other objects onto the field, while several people climbed a fence around the field and hurled objects. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.